What these women said exposes something a lot of people try to hide. A confused generation, relationships falling apart, and ideas that look like freedom but are actually destroying everything. And the worst part, they're starting to realize it too late.
He held the door open for you, that's bare minimum. He paid for the dinner, that's fucking bare minimum. He told you pretty, that is bare minimum. He sent you money to pay your rent up for the rest of the year, now that's T. Stop falling in love with the fucking bare minimum.
How much you want to bet that she be splitting the bills 50-50 with her partner if she even has one? I just find it unbelievable that somebody would actually settle down for someone with this type of mindset, because it's given I'm broke as fuck, I have no type of fucking skills, and I'm lazy. So instead of me going out, working hard, getting a career and making that type of fucking money and paying my own fucking bills, I'm gonna have somebody else pay for it like he's my fucking dad. Imagine going out on a date and, as a man, you're out here looking for a wife, looking for somebody that's going to take care of you and you take care of them, for sick or for poor, right? What happened to that? And instead of her trying to find out what type of person you are, she straight up tells you, yeah, I only care about if you're going to pay for my rent for the rest of the fucking year. What the fuck is this?
You know what's wild is when feminism told women that they don't need men, it wasn't to make women more free. It was to make them dependent on the state instead of their husband. Think about it for a second. Before the 1960s, family was the safety net. If something went wrong, you had a husband, a father, a brother, a community, a church, a safety net. The people took care of each other. They cared about each other. Then came no-fault divorce in 1969. Suddenly, marriage wasn't a covenant. It was a contract that you could walk away from. Okay, and get this. And when the families started falling apart, who stepped in? The government. Welfare replaced the husband, the system replaced the father, and schools, they replaced the home. Women were told that this is freedom, that being alone, raising kids by yourself, and relying on checks from the government made you strong. But what it really did was break the structure that once protected us. It separated women from men from their families, and children from both. The state became the new husband that offers no love, no legacy, no protection, just control, dependency, and paperwork. And now, generations later, you have women exhausted, men disengaged, and children who grow up not knowing what family feels like. That wasn't progress, that was replacement.
Here she touched on something real. When the family loses its structure, something else fills that gap, usually the government. The problem is this was sold as freedom, when in reality it created dependency and weakened the foundation of society, the family. A lot of people don't even notice it because it's been normalized. The result is clear. Lost men, overwhelmed women, and children growing up without direction. That's not progress. That's social disorder with a nice label.
You cannot give women power. We just are not good with it. I don't know why. Women get into spaces, you give them positions of power in women's Bible study, leadership in the churches, altar girls, and they start to change the culture. The women in church are not better than the women out of church. Why do we shame the people talking about it instead of addressing the problem? Why is the question, oh, well, it's just the churches you go to, instead of saying, what is the problem here? They almost make God these women's husbands. And it's really sad because what are these women going to do in their old age? And the issue is a lot of these pastors and preachers get money from single women. They have a vested interest in keeping women single. I'm the nice one, guys. I'm telling you, this is what they do. The church needs to start appealing to men again instead of women. Men tend to do the right thing. Women just tend to do the wrong thing. They need to do an active campaign to get masculine men in church, because right now it's feminine men and women, because these are the men that tell the women exactly what they want to hear. And until the church does an active campaign to get men back into the church, you're going to keep seeing stuff like this and single childless women in the church. So what's going to happen to these women when they get old?
Honestly, and I'm probably going to get eaten alive for saying this, I feel like a lot of women have forgotten their place. And we live in this inverted world. And I feel we got stuck in this whole feminism thing. Feminism is a scam. And now it's like trying to undo. It is. Feminism, I don't care what anybody says. Yes, we are equal in value, but we are not equal in traits. We are different. Men and women are different.
I agree with that.
And I'm so sick and tired of why are we fighting to be something that we're not? I am not a man. I will never be a man. And for those of you that make that decision, I love that for you. Period. But there are certain things that are just, y'all are stronger than we are. We are more detail oriented than you are. There are certain traits that we naturally got from God based on the gender that we are. And it's all based on survival. It's all based on human nature. And so I feel like a lot of women, not all women, but most women have forgotten their place.
Within themselves,
within the order of family, within the order, even like with God. You know, if you just want to start blanketing statements, like, now this is the thing. If you are a masculine woman, that's fine. But stop acting like you're feminine. If you want to be a boss, babe, I don't need no man. You go do you, boo. But stop teaching that that's the answer. Because I'm sick and tired of this divide of the family. I'm sick and tired of now good men, like, and I'm listening to like stories, right? Good men are getting lazy in dating. They're getting lazy in the pursuit because women are making either everything too easy or they're too hands off. So now what's the point in even trying to date a woman when you're the man that you want me to be?
She was direct and bold, saying what many think but won't say. Men and women have equal value, but different roles. Feminism's mistake was trying to erase that and turn everything into a competition. Now, no one is satisfied. Women trying to be men unsure how to act, it becomes chaos. And she's right that this even affects men's motivation, because when the balance is gone, the whole game stops making sense.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but feminism destroyed the dating world. And of course, I'm not talking about women having rights. I'm talking about what it did to relationships. Let me explain. I don't know if you noticed, but women didn't become stronger. We just became tired. The insane part to this is that most women don't even want that life. They just don't trust that a man will show up, so they already act like nobody's going to. For example, a girl will literally like a guy, want him to lead, but the moment he tries to do something for her, she's like, nope, I can do it myself. Okay, queen. And then you cry later, asking why men don't step up. Girl, it's because you told him you don't need him. And men, they don't invest where they're not needed. Now men are like, fine, be independent, pay your own everything. And women are like, why are men so bare minimum now? Because we told them to sit down for 15 years. We told women, don't rely on a man. And we told men, if you provide, you're controlling. And now everyone is awkward as hell, trying to date with zero understanding of roles. It's not about submission or dominance. It's about balance. Two humans can't both be I got me and only me mode and expect intimacy. In my opinion, feminism ruin the trust in between men and women. So because everyone's on defense, no one's building anything. And while I deeply understand why women wanted to do everything on their own, trust me, I really do. What I don't understand is if you really don't trust men and you want to have your own, and let's say you got your own, you are a CEO, you can pay all your bills, you can do everything, you don't need a man, then why are you still dating a man? So why, after all this money, you still have a man? Why are you still dating a man? Because if you done all these things and you don't want to deal with a man, then I get it. I understand why you did it. What I don't understand is why you dating a man. Why are you doing the 50-50 thing? Why are you split? Like, what's the point of having a relationship? Like, what is the idea? Make me understand, because I don't get it. Anyways, the goal of feminism was never to become a man. The goal was to be safe with one. And if you wanted to become the man, that's fine. But then what are you doing next to one? Bye, bestie.
It's 2025. I will never waste my time trying to convince someone who doesn't want to have kids to have kids. But what I will do is tell you that you're fucking crazy and something's wrong with you. Like, it gets to a point where it's like, can you guys actually say something intelligent when you comment? Telling me, oh, I don't want to bring another child into society because this world sucks. And it's like, they've been saying that since like the beginning of time. Like, what are you contributing that is better than a child to the future? You're not going to be here in the future. Are you guys thinking? Are we using our brains? Or are we just regurgitating information that we've heard from losers who are 50 and childless? A lot of people who don't want to have kids when they're in their teens, which is normal, by the way. There are definitely people who are very aware that they want to have children at a very young age. And there's also a lot of women who don't want to have kids. But then you'll see them at 30 and they have a kid. Most of them. So, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to live a purposeless life where you just get to fuck whenever you want, that's just crazy. You gotta start really stripping back what it means. You know, we can add all this fluff and make it seem sane, but at the end of the day, all it boils down to is that you want to remove your tubes. You want to tie your tubes so that you can have sex whenever you want, so that a man can nut inside of you and you don't have to get pregnant. What type of shallow ass bullshit are we on right now? Like, what are we talking about? Like, your priorities are so fucked. And this is what happens when you deviate from the law. Like, the Bible is the law. When you start doing your own shit, your priorities become, oh, well, I'd prefer a man to nut in me instead of giving life. What are we talking about?
This one was more aggressive, but there's truth behind it. A lot of people today treat something serious like having children in a very shallow way. The issue isn't just individual choice, it's the mindset, a culture that prioritizes instant pleasure over purpose. When everything becomes about convenience and desire, emptiness shows up in the long run. Her tone is extreme, but the core point stands. A society that stops valuing family slowly starts losing its direction.
Say, like, do you care to elaborate on that?
Why feminism is bad?
Yeah.
Okay. It's very simple. Men and women are simply not equal. So since men and women are not equal,
I agree.
Both physically, the way we view the world, the way we view the world, the way we're viewed by the world, we just have inherent differences. But we try to like sit here and say, oh yeah, men and women are the same, right? And we live in this egalitarian society, and that's just not reality. And what ends up happening is we tell young women, hey, get a career, go to school, prioritize that over family. Your title and the amount of money you make in your career defines you. But these are male metrics. What ends up happening is like women pursue this career, they make the money, they get the status, but now they're 35 years old with no family. It's a choke point. And what sucks is at 35 years old as a female, you're not the same as a 35-year-old guy. Like, listen, I'm 36, right? Let's take a 36-year-old woman and myself. Who's going to have more market pull in the dating marketplace? Yeah. I will have more market pull because, the things that I provide as a guy, take time to acquire. But the things that a woman provides, lose time lose value over time. So a woman's like main agency isn't her career or her intelligence or her education. It's her ability to have a family. So we lie to women and tell them pursue a career, make money, blah, blah, blah. And she's 35 years old and she has a career to show for it, but that's not what gives women fulfillment. Right? And you asked me earlier, oh, do you want a family? Well, the beauty about it being a man is like you can have a family later on down the road. As a woman, you can't do that. So, I think that's one of the biggest things that we lie to women about is earn a degree, get a career, make money. That's going to satisfy you. But in reality, that actually sets them up for inevitable failure because now you get the money, you get the status, but you can't find a guy.
I think feminism ruined society. I think that's what really drove us apart entirely. But I think men being the providers, being the heads of household, should lead women towards goodness. And that doesn't mean that you should lead women that clearly have no potential towards it. Like if a woman is like there's no leading her towards goodness, drop that and let them die out. But the women that clearly have some kind of potential in them, you should be the leader. You should be the teacher. Repeal the 19th around it so that they can't like influence the shitty stuff anymore and lead them into it.
Do you still agree?
I don't agree with repealing the 19th, but I do agree with men leading, and I'm being led by a wonderful man.
Why not repeal the 19th?
Because I believe I have a good enough equal voice.
Middle-aged, young, educated, college educated women are the only people holding up the Democrat Party right now. We need to stop.
Look at the obvious contradiction here. She criticizes feminism for dividing everything, yet still wants to keep modern privileges while supporting male leadership only when it benefits her. She wants an equal voice, but also wants to be led. That's inconsistent. And this idea of discarding women without potential shows how cold and transactional this mindset has become. In the end, It reflects how feminism has blurred roles so much that no one really knows where they stand anymore. So everyone just creates a version that suits them.